Good morning, grade 10. Welcome to our social science class once again. I hope you all are well at home, and I'm also fine. And uh, I think you all are preparing for your forthcoming board exams, if I'm not wrong. Today, for the month of September and October, we have decided that we will cover two chapters, one from the book geography and one from the book political science civics. We have done and covered the lesson 6 of book civics, that is political parties, and today we will start with a new chapter from our geography book, that is manufacturing industries. One thing I must tell you that map map work is very important in the geography. So please go with the map work regularly with the chapters when we are discussing the chapters or the topics while studying the chapter. While explaining when I am explaining the chapter, must remember the states or the districts famous for iron, steel. When we are talking about the grain or food or fruit and whatever, you must remember the districts or states particularly of that country. So today we will start with chapter 6 of geography, manufacturing industries. And in this chapter we will mainly cover four topics, and the topics are importance of manufacturing, industrial location, and classification of industries. This is the topic number 1. Topic number 2 is agro-based industries. Topic number 3 is mineral-based industries. And from these two topics, agro-based industries and mineral-based industries, map work will definitely come. And the fourth topic of this chapter is industrial pollution, environmental degradation, and control of environmental degradation. So these are the four topics we are going to cover in this chapter. And today, first of all, I will discuss the important points, uh, and you can say the summary of this lesson. As we do summary in English or in Hindi, uh, just to memorize in short what we are going to read in this lesson or in the story or in this poem. So similarly in the social science, I have noted down some important points related to this chapter, based on this chapter, which we have to remember. Point number one is production of goods in large quantities after processing from raw materials to more valuable products is called manufacturing. This is the definition of manufacturing. The next point is the economic strength of a country is measured by the development of manufacturing industries. The development of manufacturing industries is equal to the economic strength of a country. Next, manufacturing industries help in modernizing agriculture and reduce the dependence of people on agriculture by providing jobs. So, uh, industries provide job to the people. Fourth point is industrial development aimed at bringing down regional disparities by establishing industries in tribal and backward areas. Next point is export of manufactured goods expands trade and commerce and brings in much needed foreign exchange. Next point is manufacturing sector contributes 17% of GDP. The National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council, that is NMCC, has been set up to improve productivity. Just to improve the productivity of the industries, National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council has been set up. Industrial locations are influenced by availability of raw material, labor, capital, power, and market, etc. Means where we have to set up the industries, these factors are very important: the availability of raw material, labor, capital, power, and market, etc. This all we have read already read in our previous classes in class 8th, 9th. So in this class we will also read in just expanded way. After an industrial activity starts, urbanization follows. Thus, industrialization and urbanization go hand in hand. Many industries tend to move together to make use of advantages offered by the urban centers known as agglomeration economies. Next is in 2010-11, with 72.2 million tons of steel production, India ranked fourth among the world crude steel producers. It's really a great achievement for India. Most of the public sector undertakings market their steel through Steel Authority of India Limited, SAIL, SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited. In 2004, India was the largest exporter of steel, which accounted for 2.25% of the global steel grade trade. Sorry. High costs and limited availability of coking coal, lower productivity of labor, irregular supply of energy, and poor infrastructure are the problems of iron and steel industry. The problems faced by the iron and steel industry are uh, limited availability of coal, lower productivity of labor, irregular supply of energy, and poor infrastructure. Next, liberalization and foreign direct investment have given boost to the industry with the efforts of private entrepreneurs. Next, trucks, buses, cars, motorcycles, scooters, three-wheelers, and multi-utility vehicles are manufactured in India. Next, foreign direct investment, FDI, foreign direct investment brought a new technology and aligned the industry with global development. Industries are responsible for four types of pollution: air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, and noise pollution. Air pollution adversely affects human health, animals, plants, buildings, and atmosphere as a whole. NTPC has demonstrated how conservation of environment and natural resource can happen simultaneously with industrial growth. So these are the main points, important points of this chapter, which we are going to study and which we have to keep in mind. Okay, dear students. Now let's begin with the topic number 1, and that is importance of manufacturing, industrial location, and classification of industries. Now, first of all, manufacturing. Production of goods in large quantities after processing from raw material to more valuable product is known as manufacturing. When we make out something from a raw material is known as manufacturing. For example, cloth from cotton. We cannot wear cotton at all, can we? No, we cannot. So what we manufacture, what we made from that cotton, that is cloth. Next is sugar from sugarcane. Can you eat? Can you put sugarcane in milk or a tea? No. So what we get from the sugarcane? What we make out from the sugarcane? We make sugar from the sugarcane. So this is this cloth, sugar, paper, iron. All these are the manufactured goods. Next is paper from wood. If you want to write something in a notebook or on a page, uh, you cannot write on the wood. So what we get from the wood? We get paper from wood. So paper is the manufactured good. Iron from iron ore. So this is manufacturing. This is the definition of manufacturing and the examples. Next is uses of manufacturing. What are the uses of manufacturing? It really an important topic and the points which you have to remember. Economic strength of a country is measured from the development of manufacturing industries. It is the backbone of our economy. As now these days, our economy is going down day by day. GDP is where from we get down. So our economy is going down day by day. So when our economy goes up, when there is a development of there will be a development of manufacturing industries, there will be development in the economic strength of a country. So manufacturing industries of any country plays an important role in the economic strength of that country. So industries should be very manufacturing industry should be very uh, productive. So they reduce the dependence of people on agriculture. Yes, uh, our economy first of all depends on the agriculture. More than 70% people totally dependent on the agriculture. But when this industrialization came, most of the people uh, now indulge in these industries, and so these industries provide jobs, and the dependence on agriculture became less. Next, providing jobs, it is second and third point is interconnected. When the people get job in the industry, so the dependence on the agriculture will be reduced. Export of manufactured goods and bring foreign exchange. Now when we export something, there will be a foreign exchange. Means when we import or export something, then there is exchange in our currency, exchange in the raw material. So there is a this bring foreign exchange. Eradicates poverty and unemployment. As we studied in the point number 3, that manufacturing industries providing jobs. So when people will get employment, when people will get jobs, then there is uh, the list of unemployment candidates cuts down, and poverty becomes less, because when we get the job we will get the money, and when we will get the money there will be no poverty. uh, we will obviously face no problem regarding our finance. So eradicates means less down or cut down poverty and unemployment. Countries that transform their raw materials into a wide variety of furnished goods of higher value are prosperous. Obviously, uh, when we export, when we sell our furnished goods, so raw material pays not too much amount to us, but when we sell or sell out our goods, furnished goods, we will get higher value, and when we will get higher value, we will be prosperous. So those countries who transform their raw material into a wide variety of furnished goods of higher value are prosperous. Now, factors that contribute to the location of industries. What are the different factors that contribute to the location of industries? Now, there are uh, 6 factors which are responsible for the location of industries. Location of industries means where the industry has to set up. Where, if, for example, if I want to set up the industry of uh, steel or something else, so I will what are the different factors, what are the different situations, what are the different reasons which affect me, uh, which suggest me, or which you can say मैं ढूंढूंगी कि मुझे स्टील इंडस्ट्री लगाने के लिए कौन कौन सी कैसी कैसी वो चाहिए, ऑब्वियसली सबसे पहले मुझे क्या चाहिए, अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ चीप लेबर, मीन्स I will try to set up my industry in an area where we can easily get the cheap labor. Cheap labor means सस्ता काम करने वाला मजदूर. So, and where I get that cheap labor, where there is and unemployment, because when we are suffering from unemployment, if I am suffering from unemployment, I will ready to work at low prices also. So first of all, what factor affect me, that is the availability of cheap labor. Where the cheap labor is going to will be available to me, I will go there to set up my industry. Second is availability of water. Water is the main source to set up any kind of industry. So I will try to set up my industry there where there is a good source of water, any river, pond, or any water source. Then third main factor responsible for the location of industry is availability of electricity. uh, and there should be a proper provision of electricity also. Electricity, water produces hydroelectricity, water produces electricity. So these two factors are interconnected. So electricity, availability of electricity should be also there if I want to, this is a factor if where I want to locate my industry. Fourth point is availability of capital. This is the most important point to set up uh, an industry. If I don't have capital, capital means money, and without money, I can't do anything. So the availability of capital is also very, I can say, an important factor to set up an industry. Next is availability of market. Market is also should also there if we want to set up an industry, because where I will sold out my sell out my manufactured good if there will be no market. So the availability of market should be there near my industry. Next is availability of raw material. So if I don't have any raw material near my industry, then the charges for transportation and all other charges, the labor that load or unload that raw material, that will be prove very expensive for me. So I will be very careful that where I want to set up my industry, I will see the raw material is available near my industry or not. So these are the factors that contribute to the location of industries. See the picture of industry, behind that field area, raw material, power, electricity, skilled labors, labors plus you can say cheap labors. Capital means money. Market, where you can sell your manufactured goods. Transport. So all these factors are very responsible or contribute a lot. All these factors contribute a lot in just to locate an industry. So that's all for today. In today's video, we have discussed that which four chapters we are, sorry, which four topics we are going to study in this lesson. And in short, we have discussed the main important points of this chapter, and we have covered the importance of manufacturing, industrial location, and classification of industries. We have covered just today we have covered the manufacturing and industrial location. We have not completed the whole topic, first whole topic. The classification of industries we will discuss in our next video. And after that first topic, after the completion of the first topic in our next video, we will start with the we will discuss the question answers of this topic, and then we will move on to the second topic. So that's all. And but I have one more thing to tell you, one more announcement to tell you, that all the students of class 10th D, you all have to give a comment to the video just to mark your present in the school, or you can say register. Okay, if you will comment on that video, only then your present will be marked. So please students, be very particular in that. After watching the video, you have to give a comment, good, nice, great, awesome, yeah, need to be repeated, like that. And by reading those comments, we will mark your present in the register. Please convey this message to all your classmates that you have to give the comment in the comment section of the video. Thank you, students. Have a nice day.